Alright guys, we're going to make my life easy now. I'm not going to talk too much. Let's get straight to it. This is a inline barb fitting that I put a fuel rated shrader valve. What I'm going to do is going to get some extra hose and put it in line between my fuel lines and my actual TBI unit. That way I could always check my fuel pressure on the fly with this shrader valve with a modern kit like this one. Or the Snap-on or Matco, whatever brand you have. So let's go and get to it. Alright, so this is my fuel hose. I just removed it. So notice how big this barb is. It's pretty big, right? So if you try to put this on just like that, just cut this in half and put it there, it's going to be very hard to get these hose ends to kind of bend and go into original spots. So I'm going to give this an extra bit of hose on both sides. That way I can just kind of tuck it out of the way. No matter what, things break. You may replace the fuel pump, you may replace the filter, you may replace the lines or everything, but things will break, so it's nice to be able to diagnose this on the fly without having to remove this, slip on the other one, and then put the filter. This is always there in case you want to test it on the fly. Another thing I didn't mention is that you see that little green putty stuff looking stuff right there? So when you do thread this on, is that it is an NPT thread pitch. That means it tightens itself as you tighten it because it's tapered. But you also want to use something called gasoila, which is like a thread sealant. It doesn't harden, and it just adds another layer of sealant. So that way when you get this on, you know, you don't have a leak. So I got one side on. If you use some dielectric grease or silicone, you could easily slip the hose over the barbs because it's very tough to do so otherwise. You're just fighting, you know, you're going in dry. So let me cut it to the length I want, and then I'll put the other side on. Alright guys, so I got this mounted. Very easy. This is a very easy install. You know, just the T, well, yeah, it's a T. Slip it back on, so I dielectric grease, put the clamps back on, and due to the angle of how the fuel line comes out on both sides, it makes it go a weird path. And this is this long, so I can't really bend it. If I had like a 90-degree or like a U shaped, it would be perfect. I might look for that, but for now this works. This is a way now that I can check my fuel pressure on the fly, which I'm going to do because I've been having some start issues. It has a new fuel pump, new fuel filter, all the fuel lines have been replaced, so technically it shouldn't be bad. The fuel pressure is also new, fuel pressure regulator. But you know, things either are defective or they break early. So let me go ahead and show you how this works. So my fuel pressure tester comes with that fitting. That's pretty much same thing I'm doing. You see the difference right there. But this one is not meant to be permanent. It's just to test. My setup is permanent. That's what, you know, all modern EFI systems have kind of a fuel shrader valve. The Broncos have it, 302s. But now I get to thread in this port at any time to that shrader valve to test my fuel pressure. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so I got my line hooked up. That's not good. Should be around 15, so that's telling me either there's a leak, you know, the fuel pump is low, there's a obstruction in the fuel filter, or honestly anything else. Or that pressure regulator could be bad too. So I think one of the diagnostics is that if I squeeze this, it should rise up. So the fuel pump is strong. It's just not keeping pressure. If I squeeze the return line, this is the return line. If you squeeze it, which is the fuel pump, is able to generate pressure. Alright guys, so the rest of the recording got deleted. I don't know what happened, but anyways, that's pretty much sums up all you have to do to add a permanent shrader valve to your vehicle. Recommend doing this for old vehicles that have that specific setup where you have the rubber line in between. If you have hard lines that attach to a throttle body, it's a little harder because now you have to compensate for the length of the solid line. But it is doable. I will be posting a video about that later for the TBIs on the GMs. But alright guys, y'all take care.